Welcome back to Analytical Strategy. Today we are talking about my personal top 6 favorite Survivor channels which appear on YouTube. Something that I'm absolutely loving is the growth of Survivor content creators and the fan base that is still staying strong across all of these years. It is absolutely insane that this game has excelled over such a long period of time, and it's the Survivor community that allows that to happen. If you have any smaller based channels, or just any other channels in general you could recommend or want me to check out, please leave them in the comments. I would love to see them. So just before we get stuck into the top 6 Survivor YouTube channels, I just want to do a very quick self-promotion of what Analytical Strategy brings to the Survivor community. So this channel aims to provide a lot of fun and viewer interaction with our audience, with our major focus being on Survivor quizzes and trivia, fantasy seasons, Survivor memes, strategy-based discussions, and our new series called Badly Drawn Survivor, which brings a funny, cartoon spin to some of the more iconic Survivor scenes of all time. So if you dig the content, make sure to subscribe as it really helps a lot and will assist in making the channel grow. But without further ado, let's get into my personal top 6 Survivor YouTube channels, all of which will be linked in the description below. Coming in at number 6 is the Survivor Specialists. The Survivor Specialists are a podcast hosted by two superfans of the show, Phil and Alexa. They have a weekly episode breakdown as well as predictions of what will come in the following episode. This channel is also able to feature a range of great guests, many of which who have previously played on the show before, as well as post-game interviews after the contestant has been eliminated. They also have a great spin on your standard podcast by increasing viewer interaction with prop bet games where you nominate each contestant for a specific category, such as who will win the game, to who will cry a physical tear, to a range of other categories. It's a heap of fun to be involved in. I share a lot of similar views on the game with Phil and Alexa, which make them extremely relatable to me as a viewer and a super fan of the show. So if you are yet to see the channel, I would highly recommend watching. Coming in at number 5, we have Eager Turtle. So Eager Turtle is without question the greatest Survivor compilation channel on YouTube, and for me is my go-to for my quick fix of Survivor without wanting to go too deep into strategy, and really just to enjoy the simplicities of the game. From videos such as Courtney tearing people to shreds for 15 minutes, to one of my personal favourite series, Jeff Probst, King of Sass, it really takes you back to some of the all-time funniest moments of the show, and the all-time best characters the show has ever seen. It's extremely well put together, and I highly recommend watching if you want to laugh and to reminisce on the nostalgia of the past 20 years. So coming in at number 4, we have Once Upon an Island. So Once Upon an Island is a relatively new channel coming onto the scene just over half a year ago. However, their editing and narration skills are extremely impressive. This channel is quite unique that they take us on a journey from the beginning of the game, from the first story of the first winner in Richard Hatch and how he achieved success, to all of the strategies that followed sequentially in order from season 1 onwards. And we've only just hit Thailand, so I'm extremely excited about all the content that is to come with this channel, especially as he moves into more well-known and popular seasons. This channel is going to absolutely explode onto the Survivor community like no other. Just you wait. So that is a perfect transition to our next channel. Coming in at number 3 is Idled Out. Now when you think about recent Survivor channels exploding onto the scene, I don't think any have done it quite as well as Idled Out. Only being in the world of YouTube for about 3 months now, Idled Out really brings a unique perspective and discusses extremely fun topics that are often forgotten about in the world that is Survivor. From contestants' unique occupations to weird family visits, each topic is quite quirky and distinct, and really yet to be talked about in the Survivor audience in any great detail before. And this is a major reason as to why this channel is doing well so quickly. The video of 5 times contestants broke Survivor went absolutely nuts. It's already one of the most popular Survivor videos on YouTube ever, and for good reason. Similarly to Once Upon an Island, it brings you back to moments and things in the game you may have forgotten about, but are a key cog in what makes Survivor what it is today. It is a fantastic channel, and I look forward to seeing what comes from it soon. Moving on down to second in the best Survivor YouTube channels ever, that brings me to the one and only, that's right, it is Pyridium. Now Pyridium is the OG in terms of creating a story and narrating key moments in Survivor, whilst using footage from the show as the source of explaining his perspective. He was the one that did it first. Well, or at least he did it first and did it extremely well, carving the way for channels such as Idled Out and Once Upon an Island. Whilst these two channels are without question on their way to Pyridium type heights, and I think they'll get there soon, I have to give the higher rank to the original that did it the best. He's like the Richard Hatch of Survivor and YouTube. Whilst others may come along and use his gameplay, and potentially do it just as well as him, you've got to give him the nod for being the innovator which did it first. He's just a phenomenal, extremely witty content creator who brings it each and every episode, and I look forward to seeing what he brings next. And finally, it should come as absolutely no surprise that the number one stop goes to Rob Has a Podcast, Rahab. Much like Pyridium is the OG of narration using footage of the show, Rob is the OG of Survivor podcasts, and on top of that, I guess he's one of the originals in the innovation of the actual game itself. I love watching Rob and Stephen in Survivor Know-It-Alls each and every week, going back and forth between one another regarding different levels of strategy of the previous episode. It's been a routine of mine to watch this podcast immediately as the episode ends, and I can't see that routine changing anytime soon. The special edition podcast from live events with the community to specialist topics such as season rankings, top 20 players, most underrated players have all been mimicked by a range of content creators, and they're definitely up there with my favourite podcasts to watch. It makes me think after season 40 they're probably due for another top 20 player edition anytime now. On top of their amazing content, Rob also does remarkable things for the community, recently raising a large amount of money for the doctors and nurses during this COVID-19 pandemic. He's one of the best Survivor players of all time, and he is the best Survivor content creator of all time. Keep up the good work. I'll see you next week. There you have it. They are my top 6 Survivor content creators on YouTube at this point in time. Are there any channels you thought I forgot? Please put them down in the comments. I would love to check them out. If you're enjoying my channel, remember to hit that like and subscribe as we have more content coming very, very soon. This is Analytical Strategy signing off for now, and I can't wait to see you on the next video. Bye for now.